Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Gulam.
Good morning, Galam.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Any kudos, anybody? Anybody want to thank?
Good morning, everybody. This is Tina. I want to thank Marcella for giving me some valuable information concerning probates. Thank you, Marcella.
You're welcome. I just remembered too, I owe you some more. I'm gonna get on my. Well, I'm on mute. Sorry. You are welcome.
Cool. Okay. Anybody else? All right, guys, let's talk about some wins from this week. What's some good things that happened in your business this week?
I had land. I just closed it yesterday from my or the seller side. So
Nice.
the buyer will be closing today. There was a land in Louisa County. So I
Nice.
just sold that one.
Awesome. Congratulations, Gulam.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I got a new buyer brokerage agreement signed, and we went out looking at properties yesterday. We should be putting in 2 offers today.
Awesome.
Great.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, Marcella.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I had a closing yesterday.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was such a blessing to be able to help that young lady. I've been knowing her for years and her family. So it was awesome.
Nice.
Left closing and was riding my mom around, and one of my good friends called me, and he was just catching up, and then he said, well, I think my wife and I want to sell our house, and you're our realtor. So we have an appointment for a listing on Tuesday.
Awesome.
All right.
It'll be a nice listing.
Awesome.
Great, Pam.
that.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good. Anybody else? Wins going around the room? Something. What happened in your business this week?
I had new construction, new homeowners orientation yesterday
Okay.
for a buyer over in Emory Mills. So
Nice.
hopefully we're going to close next Thursday.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Good.
I also want to mention I had a really good conversation with a sales representative for some nice townhomes in Stafford. Pretty good nice sizes, the 24-foot wide townhouses. They're having some premium properties back into Woods that are available now in the like 420s, which is really good. Brand new. It's Beezer Homes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Beezer.
Yes.
They don't give the best commission, but they've got a good
Right.
Yeah. 2% is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Especially you can get a client done. So they have March, April delivery time frames.
Nice.
Good.
What's the price range?
It's at 420 to like 450.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
They have a big model that's opening up. And lot premium is like 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the same here with my new construction. That $700,000 home is a Beezer home. And when I really looked at the contract, I was like, wait a minute, it's only 2%. And of course, they don't pay on the upgrade. So
No.
I only get paid on like 592. I was like, well, darn.
Yeah. They also are offering closing incentive too if you use their lenders, and they got quite a nice list of lenders that you can use with them.
Yeah, that's true. My client was really happy with that because with the jumbo loan, they have low interest rates and good incentives.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Nice. Good.
Well, I'm going to count this as a win because of the agent attraction calls that we have been doing. The people that I followed up with, a couple of them did sign with other brokerages, but they said they just felt like at this time it wasn't good for them, but they feel like they're going to come over in the future. And one of the young ladies that I spoke to yesterday, she said she had already been planning to leave her brokerage, but she just wanted to wait until the end of the year. So she said by January, she'd be making her decision and coming over to EXP. I got good feedback on like the camaraderie of the group. They love the fact that we meet a couple of times a week and that, you know, we're faith-based. So those were all like positive feedback that I got.
That's good. Okay.
So I'm speaking it into existence for the future months.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yep, that's my goal, to get out my chicken list for next week. I'm going to spend some time calling some agents. I didn't call as many this week, so I'm going to be on my chicken list.
All right.
All right.
Good. All right. Any other wins, guys? Any other closings? I had a closing this week too. My closing was actually Wednesday. Pam, you're right. I said I thought I had one Thursday. It was actually Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. How can you forget about it? You got too many closings. You can't keep up.
I know. I'm
That's
like,
what's up.
you know, I knew my folks was signing, but I was thinking that the sellers were signing. I mean, the buyers were signing Thursday. My sellers signed Wednesday. I didn't think it was same day. And today I started getting calls because we had some issues going on. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Those divorce, I don't know if y'all done any divorce ones, but it was
I have. That's strange too.
Yeah. Oh,
they
man.
different at the table.
Yeah. We had two different, they closed at two different places, two different times, but it was an issue that came down to the wire, like the funds. I thought they had already worked out their proceeds, how the proceeds were going to be distributed, and they had not yet. So their attorney the money, because our title companies don't hold escrow like that. They won't hold money after closing for the commission. So you got to figure out this money going real quick. So the attorneys are going to hold the proceeds until they can figure out how it's going to be dispersed.
Wow.
They're divorce attorneys, you mean? We're holding that? Oh.
Yeah, one of them.
I hadn't done a divorce yet.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, interesting. I was like, okay, let's find somebody because we got to close. Y'all got to sign.
We got to settle this.
Yeah, you know, my couple, they were already divorced, and he was really kind of contentious a little bit. I remember when I realized I had to add him to the contract because he was still on the deed. I was like, oh my God, but we made it to the table, but they closed. I had to have a gap in between closing, and she was delayed. So she was going out the door when he was coming in. And I was like, well, I got to sit in here for his side too. And, I just felt really funny because I kind of, as a woman, I kind of identified with the difficulties that she was having with him. So, I had to put that in the back of my head and do my job. So it was interesting, but he didn't really say much to me, so I said, okay, sign the paper,
Your sign right here. Thank you.
Need your signature.
Yeah, that's it. And I guess my folks, they're still in the separation stage. They haven't filed for divorce yet. It's in the process, so they're not legally divorced. So it's just like it's separated. Yeah. That's the things that we do, guys. Unfortunately, I sold them the house just last year during the pandemic.
Wow.
Wow. Well, hey, at least you got repeat business though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad they.
I was thinking
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
glad
thing.
they called
came
me.
back to you.
Yeah, they came back to me, and it was mutual. Both of them, great relationship with both of them, and yeah, so just one of those
Yeah.
things. I was trying to minister to them up front, to see can they work it out, but it's like by that time, and I know their pastors, like they were faithful. I was referred to them by their pastors. That's
Wow.
how I met them. Yeah, and he said, when they bought the house, he hadn't seen them again. He hadn't hardly seen them since when they bought the house. So unfortunately, when people get blessed, they stop going to the, yeah. So.
That's something else.
All right. Any other wins, guys?
I have a closing today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tasha. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Any other?
I got my relocation certification and I'm working with a good buyer who's dealing with the mortgage rep right now. And it feels very comfortable again. So I
Nice.
think I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other wins? What's going good in your business?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's good.
Are we, or I guess for me, I would ask, not saying what's going good, but for some of the buyers that I have, a couple of them have dropped out. Like I had buyer brokerage agreements, but the struggles with them, one had a recently discharged bankruptcy. So they can't buy for 2 years. They have to wait 2 years until after the discharge. And then another one, like the student loans threw off their debt to income ratio because they have such high student loans and their income is so high that they can't get on like the reduced payment plan. So I guess to myself in my head, I'm saying focus on sellers and listings, right? Because you can sell your house unless there's some special circumstances. But
Hey, Marcella, for the student loan one, I would go revisit that because FHA has modified their rules.
Yes, they have. You need to
okay.
get the information so you can follow up with that buyer.
Yeah, because they just modified it about, I want to say a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead and have them reaffirm with the lender, and I would switch lenders because sometimes some lenders are they're not as informed as others. I would even maybe look at another lender that you can talk to. And then for the bankruptcy, I've had people in bankruptcy. It depends on what kind.
It was
don't have to
chapter
wait till-
7. So yeah, we definitely used multiple lenders and they all said the same thing on the bankruptcy one. But the student loan, they were saying just see, like they may not have, well, they were really saying they may not have to be truthful in saying what their income is so they can get on that reduced payment plan. And that way, with a lower payment, then they would be able to qualify.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I've had the same situation with some buyers getting frustrated with the competitiveness in the market. A few of them have said, I want to wait. I actually had 3 buyers that decided to wait a little while. One buyer got so frustrated, he ghosted me. So I don't know if he's even speaking to me anymore. So, but that's all right. So I know that, I keep, sending them information, keeping them, in the know. I even send them listings of places that met their criteria. So just keeping in touch with them because the time will come around to be right,
That's true.
Let it
All
happen.
right.
Hey, Marcella, the bankruptcy one doesn't qualify for Dream America either.
I haven't heard of Dream America. What is that?
Really, I closed with Dream America 2 months ago. It's a lease to own program.
Oh, so it's like Home Partners, basically.
Yeah, it's like
No,
Okay.
well, no, because Home Partners is different. Dream America actually will take part of the rent and apply it towards the mortgage. So
Okay.
yeah. So Home Partners does not
They
do
don't do
that.
that.
I mean, and you know, so the house that you're leasing is actually what you're going to purchase, and
Okay.
they're applying, like they're storing up some in escrow for, you know, you applying it towards your down payment on your home when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. You said Dream Purchase?
Dream America.
Dream America.
Partners in the brain.
Okay, totally got that off. Dream America. Okay.
I'll send you the link. I've closed with them. I'm trying to work on a couple more clients through Dream, because I close in 2 weeks. It's a quick close too.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Are they
awesome.
just in Georgia, Natasha?
Yeah, they're just in Georgia, because I looked it up. They're in Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and Texas right now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So they have not, because I asked them about Virginia, and they're not in Virginia yet.
Okay.
So they're a smaller company, but what I like about them is that I'm talking to a person versus with Divvy. I can't ever find the person I want to deal with. So with Dream America, I'm assigned a person, and you know, like I still have his phone number. I text him all the time about questions I have.
That's awesome. So then do they pay though, like the commission on the sale, or is it still a lease?
Nope, they pay a commission on the sale. I get my full 3%.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
And after that, I mean, I still maintain a relationship with my clients. So, you know, yeah, but you do sign a buyer's agreement with Dream America, because they're the one purchasing the house.
Sure.
Wow, nice.
Thanks for sharing.
Wow.
My
Oh,
pleasure.
nice.
Yeah, they close in 2 weeks, which I loved. I mean, once we
That's
found the
awesome.
house, put in the contract, it was an all cash deal. My client was in the house in 2 weeks.
Sweet.
That is awesome. Now I'm excited. Yeah.
Wow. How many of them can you do? Do one
Right.
Really good.
Nice.
Now, one other
Yeah, we can
question,
have
because
more
the client with the student loan, now this was going to be an investment purchase for her. Do you have to be a primary resident, like primary occupant in the house? Owner? Well, not owner occupant, because I guess you're leasing
For
first.
Dream America, you do.
Okay.
No.
Well, it still would work for one of the clients, so that's cool. Okay.
All right, guys. Any other wins that we're gonna move on? Okay. All right, guys. Quick question. Does everybody remember when they got licensed, first got licensed?
Yes.
Back to that day, that week.
March 16, 2020.
Oh,
Yes.
girl.
Couple
Mine
weeks
was
ago.
in July, but it was in 2013, but I still remember the day.
Yes.
Listen, I will never forget 2 days before we locked down. 2 days before we locked down.
Wow.
16.
All right, guys, this is the question. If you could go back, if you can go back to the day you got licensed, if you look back, what advice would you give that person? What advice would you give you now, knowing what you know now? What advice would you give you when you first got licensed?
I would have told myself.
Join the dream team and do everything they tell you.
Yeah, that part.
Yes. I would tell my person that I needed to have researched more brokerages than just going to the one that sponsored the training that I attended.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I did. Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah, same
I
here.
would have chosen a different broker. I narrowed it down to, it was actually the same brokerage, but it was 2 different offices. I would have chosen the other office where the broker said she makes people write down their goals. She has weekly accountability meetings, and they really will help you get started, because the brokerage that I started with It was basically like you're on your own. They offered training, but you know, there was no guidance as to what to do. And I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing in the beginning. No clue.
Yeah. Anybody else? That, in more particular, how to run the business, how to run the business, how to be successful in the business.
I'm black, no, I think it was Natasha said, do what they tell you to do. When they say, you know, start reaching out to people, lead generate, time block, prospect. You have to actually do it for it to work.
Good.
I was a secret agent when I first got my license. So when I'm doing it this time, everybody knows. I'm letting people.
Good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I will go back to what Marcella said, time blocking. You know, that is crucial, and don't allow, you know, the fact that just knowing that you're your own business owner, being laser focused on ensuring that you are putting those time on your calendar to actually do your business and make sure that people are not interrupting those times.
And another thing I remember, one of the classes that I took, there was a guy who we took the class together actually, and the instructor said to, you know, select like basically like a farm area, whatever, where you want to get started into lead gen. If you know, didn't really want to cold call, right? Do handwritten letters to everyone in the community. And I remember one of the guys in the class actually did it. And he said he probably wrote like 200 or 300 letters, mailed it out. And that basically like kickstarted his business. And from that momentum, he just kept it going. And he was one of the top recognized agents, you know, like every single year, or they used to do it every quarter actually. And his business took off just from him taking the initiative to do that up front. And so looking back again, the things that the instructors tell you do work. You just have to do it. You know? You have to get outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Yep. That's good. Anybody else? For me, definitely being goal oriented, staying laser focused, going after that spirit early on, tapping into my sphere of influence, letting them know that I'm in real estate, not being a secret agent. For years, guys, I didn't do a lot of business for a long time. Got my license in 2006. And this thing really didn't take off until, you know, 2013. So that's a long time having the license and not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you all said, you know, being around the right company, being around not just the company, but going where you're going to get help and support. Because I started at Keller Williams, you know, that was still, you know, one of the strongest companies out there. But if you're still just kind of by yourself, you can still be in a big company and just still be by yourself on an island by yourself.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on. I mean, it really does help being surrounded by a group of people that's doing what you're doing and being around people that you're trying to get where they're at. I think if I could go back, you know, that would be the thing that I would focus on, is surrounding myself with a group of people that are in the same, going in the same direction as I'm going in, and don't mind helping me go in the same direction that they're going in. It's huge.
That is.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Yeah, that's and again, that's what happened to me. And I got around with Mike and Tara Houston, got with Guy Allen, you know, people around me, you know, supporting me, giving me the support, the help, training, pointing me in the right direction. That's when things took off. So that's what we're trying to create here with the dream team, guys. It shouldn't take you forever to get up and going once you plug into a group like this. It's just, you should be ready to hit the ground running. Hey, point you in the right direction, then go, boom, this is what you got to do. So good, good.
I think one of the things that the company has done a lot better since I came on is establish that quick start program with those classes. Because if you don't know anything, and if you've never, set in on those any of those classes or looked at them with your mentees, if you don't know anything, that's a great place to start. That'll give you an idea of what to do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think for me too, looking back, because I still struggle with this sometimes, is with the self-sabotage. Because again, I know calling works, but when I start calling, I get so much business. I'm still like, okay, how am I going to handle it? And then I stop. And that causes like that roller coaster. So I still never really have that, consistent success. And so I feel like going through the I forget what it's called. The Ben Network sponsors it, the agent program.
Agent Accelerator program.
Yes, Agent Accelerator. That's it. Thank you, Pam.
Yeah, there's
I
one
feel
coming
like
up.
that's gonna help
There's
me.
one going on now.
Yeah, it starts September 2nd.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna help me with like the consistency, because I know better now. I recognize what I'm doing. And so I feel like that will, with the accountability and the homework and everything, like I'm gonna have to be consistent throughout and continue to maintain.
It was a good program. Even if you've been doing it a while and had some successes, it still reminds of things to do to be consistent in your business. And that was one of the reasons why I did it, because I still have roller coaster. My it's on the roller coaster sometimes. So it's because if you're consistent, it's always going to be something going on.
Exactly.
You know what? And just Pam saying that has really, one of the things that because I look up to Pam so much.
I'm not perfect though.
That I just like, okay, all right. I don't feel as bad. I'm like, okay, I didn't do what I need to do to this thing.
Because it's easy to get caught up in stuff with clients. I have a tendency to get really close with my clients. And when you have, clients and multiple clients that are having difficulties pulling you in, and really you're doing more for them than encouraging them to do for themselves, it can take away from your time in business.
Exactly.
That happened to me, for the whole month of July. I should have had 2 closings in July, but they had difficulties, both of them. And my new business that was coming in for the next month, I didn't have any closings in July. Had I been doing the things I needed to do, I would have. It's been a long time since I had a month with no closings. That was strange for me. So I had to sit back and take stock of, okay, what did you do and what didn't you do? I do a lot of that self-examination. I think, as an agent, as somebody running your business, you always have to do those types of things. Even if you're having good months, and Rod consistently puts that slide up. What should you start doing and what should you stop doing? If y'all notice, it comes around quarterly. So, and that's a great reminder that we need to be doing that.
And actually, Rod, your words always stay in my head too, because sometimes when I know I'm falling off course, I hear your voice saying, there's a mission, like you got to stay on track.
Yeah.
We have a mission to accomplish and we got to get it done, regardless of how you feel, regardless of whatever else is going on.
Yeah.
You got to complete the mission.
Yeah, that is right. So let's talk about that, guys. So what's some ways let's talk about being consistent. What are some ways? So I know a lot of us, we know it, but how do we implement it? How do we stay on track? How do we stay consistent, being consistent?
You gotta have those
When I
habits.
figure that out, I'm gonna be like Ryan with 10 closings a month.
Yeah, you know, that's true.
I
I
like
think that you know, the one thing that I see in you, Rod, is you have found your niche. So your sphere of influence, you know, you're gonna attack that, and it works. It's proven. It works.
It
For
does.
me,
Yeah.
I haven't found my one thing that I know I can go to, and I know it's surefire. It's gonna work if I'm consistent. You know, it's for me. I'm still just like Pam said. It's that roller coaster. You know, one thing works, then I stick with it, and then it starts to decline. But if I can get into my head mentally, if I stick with it, I know it's going to be consistent. You know, if I'm consistent. So I think it's just a matter of finding my niche.
Yeah, yeah. So would it go back to time blocking, consistent prospecting, lead generation every single day?
I think it goes right back there.
Yes.
No doubt.
When you caught up in something else, that time that you set aside for prospecting and lead generation, that's what suffers, because that gets smaller and smaller, because you're using that time for talking to this client and taking care of this and taking care of that, when there's another time or another method that should be done by.
Right. Good. Anybody else on that?
I think with me, I've got to learn to say no, because I have at home right now, I have a 21 and a 22-year-old. And I totally missed some of my deadlines this week. Not to say I wouldn't help my kids, because I definitely would, but I've got to get them to respect my schedule more. Because, for example, my son is a volunteer fireman. He's 21. He's got one more semester in college left, and he's going for his real estate license. So he's doing a lot of different things, but yet when he decided, I'm going to finish that last semester, he put this document on me that had to be filled out that could have been filled out slowly through the summer. It took 4 days to do. So all of my goals for this week, the things that I am accountable to the other group that in my team, it totally got blown out the water. And that was his not kind of dealing with my time, not respecting what I had to do. It could have been done earlier. It could have been done slowly. It didn't have to be, I need it now, which it did, So I've got to teach them to respect what I'm doing and say no in some respects.
So at least let me ask you, if you had a 9 to 5, you had to be at a job,
exactly,
how would that have gotten done?
I would have been up all night. Yeah. And he could have probably done some of it too. So, but I had to help him get it done. But yes, if I was not physically in this house, I don't know why. It probably wouldn't have gotten done, honestly. But yeah, no, we gotta work on that here.
Yeah, we gotta get to the point where we have everybody respect. Well, first we gotta treat our business like a business.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
You gotta guard that time. You gotta that prospecting lead generation time, that time is sacred.
Yeah.
To be moving your business forward. Yeah, you gotta treat it like a business. You gotta make everybody know that, hey, this is my prospect, this is my business time. We can talk after hours, or maybe I'll do a half a day, but from 9 to 12, I gotta be working. So you gotta
I decline those calls, and I send a message call you after work or call you when I'm free. Let me know if this is an emergency. I do that.
I like that, Pam. Let me know if this is an emergency, but I'll call you back.
Because one of my daughters, when she calls me, if I don't answer the phone, if I decline her call, she'll just call right back till I answer the phone. And I'm like, don't call me right back unless it's an emergency.
Emergency, right?
Right. Yep. I just want to talk to my mother right now. She was the slowest one to adapt to the fact that I had office hours. So yeah, I had to shut her down.
I can't front though. As old as I am, I'll still do that to my mother. If I want to talk to her, I'm gonna call her back to back until she answers.
Yeah, but that's where she is.
But I don't call her every day though.
But we always talk in the evenings. But if she's at work and she has to go out, for a task or whatever, she'll just call me on her way, and she'll want me to talk to her on the way there.
While she's driving.
While she's driving, like, pay attention to traffic. Don't talk to me right now,
Pam, I'm sorry. I'm like Marcella. I do that to my mom all the time, though, so I can't really say a thing.
See?
Listening to you guys say that, and it's so funny because I do have multiple self-employed jobs, and the only one that I have learned to respect is the tax season. During tax season, everybody know from January to April, you're not talking to Teresa all day. This can go from 9 a.m. to midnight sometimes. But I haven't done that in my real estate business. And with the life changes that's going on right now, I'm actually setting in place people being responsible for their own stuff. Because right now, within the last 2 months, you guys haven't heard me say anything because I have literally not done real estate for real. I've been showing houses, don't get me wrong, but I have not concentrated at all on my real estate business. I've concentrated on my bookkeeping business. I've concentrated on my signing business, but real estate has really fell off. And it's because I haven't set the level of respect for that business that I set for the others. So that's something that, with all you saying that, what you just said, that just struck something in me that I have to set business hours for my real estate business, just like I do for my other business.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta do it. I'm telling you. Yes, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Teresa. Just to kind of give you an idea, guys, and again, this is y'all know my heart by now, but August, guys, you want to get focused on a bit. August is going to be a $60,000 month. September is already a $61,000 month.
Wow.
You want to get focused on the business. Treat the business like a business. Treat it like it's a multiple six-figure business. You got to guard the time. Don't just treat this like a hobby. This business will pay you.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like more CEO. I'm at an executive. I'm gonna say this low. I'm at an executive offsite, and I'm sure I make more than the president of this company.
Awesome.
I probably make So
Ron, why are you saying it low?
That's what I'm talking about.
You need to go tell that person you need to quit your job.
Come under me.
So, guys, just get focused on the business. It will reward you. And we haven't seen nothing yet, guys. With this revenue share, the opportunity we have at EXP. I don't know if Tim, y'all been sending the information that Tim has been sending back from Dallas. Oh my gosh. People having $100,000 months, $300,000, $400,000 months. So guys, for me, I haven't scratched the surface yet. That's my goal. That's what I'm shifting to, but also going to be doing sales too. But for those of you who are still, in sales, guys, just treat it like a business. You got to, Lisa, you got to treat it like a business. And the rest of us, you got to get focused. You got to time block. You got to, all those things that we hear, all those buzzwords, don't let them just be buzzwords.
That's right.
That's what separates us from these agents that do 50 deals, 100 deals a year. They prospect, lead generate, they set up systems, They're dialing, they're on the phones, they got leads coming in, they got people to help them, they're building out small teams. You know, you got to be able to scale your business. But if you keep treating it like a hobby, that's what it's going to pay you. It's going to pay you like a hobby, like a little extra money here and there every now and then. I don't want a little extra money here and there every now and then. You know, we're right now we're staying in a $1,000 a night hotel. We've been here since Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start shifting your mindset to go from where you are to where you want to be, but you got to put in the work. Anything else on that, guys?
I think Pam hit the nail on the head too, because it's like when you do get something under contract, then you spend all your energy on that current client or, you know, the couple you have under contract, and you stop lead generating. And so then you have that down month, you know, the next month, then you start calling again and you know, get some more stuff under contract. And then you focus on those clients and you stop time blocking. You have to be able to manage both. And
you know what?
Let
me add one more thing in there to that, because, you know, in my going back and reviewing what's happening, I identified what part of the problem is my systems. Okay. Because if I refine those systems and things are working the way they should, that gives me back some more time. You know, just being committed enough to find some time to spend on, you know, step away and fix them systems. Okay. I got to do that. That's why it's August. And that's on my goals for this year. And I'm still working on it.
You gotta do it, guys. You gotta do it.
Yeah. Somebody had said last week or the week before, you know, about making real estate, you know, making it a lifestyle, you know, and not, you know, as opposed to a hobby. And that's what I've transitioned into. You know, I'm real estate all the time now. I do have a full-time job. I work for the state for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and even though I'm working from home, matter of fact, right now I have work right now that if I don't do my work, you'll hear about it in the papers. You know, I work for the governor's office, and there are certain programs and things that need to get done, and there's hirings that need to get done, and if they don't get done, then the public gets upset, and then, you know, they blame the governor, and then it, you know, and you know what rolls downhill, you know. So you know, so I do have that responsibility. I do want to retire, and I'm kind of working on that. You know, I'm working towards that. But you know, everybody else, there's a lot of other folks here that have work, other jobs. You know, and you gotta pay attention to that, and you got to put your time in on that. And that's kind of how I've transitioned. I do the work that's assigned to me that I got to do, but I've turned real estate into basically, you know, it's not a second job, it's a lifestyle. So I'm always thinking about real estate. You know, when I'm not focused on, you know, the work I have with the state, you know, I tell people I'm a real estate agent. People that I work with the state know that I'm a real estate agent, and I never ever talk about my job with the state. My family thinks, you know, they know I'm a real estate agent. They think I've retired. You know, a lot of people think I've retired from the state, and I said, well, not yet. I'm picking, you know, I want to pick my exit. I don't want to be picked for me. And so it's coming. Right. You know, I got a date on the calendar, and it's coming soon. But yeah, but that, just to kind of tie into what everybody else is saying, that's you know, you can't treat it as a hobby. You gotta jump in and, you know, kind of make it your own, even if you have another job. I mean, that's kind of, I don't partition. Well, I got to do this work, and I got to go do this work, because that doesn't really work. It may for some, but you know, real estate's all the time, and you never know when you're going to have an opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's good. That's good, Jason. Anything from the quiet storm? She ain't quiet storm no more.
No, she the loud
Linda.
storm. Thunderclap.
Oh, Linda's actually gonna travel.
Yes, she is.
Sorry, it's in the wee hours of the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I know you gotta be real early. It's early for you.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, she's on the West Coast.
Oh, nice. And look, and she's still on the call.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to say, you just really, like Rod told us, you have to get committed and you have to get focused and you really have to want it. You really want to make the change for your family, your legacy, and you just have to do it. You have to be all in, you know, and I just say we have a great leader that tells us all the time what we need to do, what we need to focus on, and we just really got to do it in order for us to see the change. And I just, you know, thank him and Ma Cherie for just, you know, stepping out and being committed and their sacrifice, you know, and guiding us on what we need to do. And we just need to take action.
Take action. That's it, Linda. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, you just got to take action. You got to put them systems in place. If you know, once you know better, you got to do better. Now that we know, you gotta stop babysitting that one client. That's why, to be honest, you know, that's why I got my closing dates mixed up, because I don't really get involved in a lot of my closes I go to, but I know I got systems and stuff in place. Anika, my transaction coordinator, is amazing. She takes care of all that stuff. Everything is off my plate. MBH handles a lot of that stuff for me. They even take a lot. That's why I always sing in their praises, because they take a lot off my plate for me. But you want to get to the point where you're like, okay, what's closing today? Okay, all right, I got that one closed. Okay, this one's closing next week. This one's closing tomorrow. You want to have those systems in place where you got that leverage, other people doing a lot of stuff for you, and definitely listings, like Marcella said, listings. Try to get more listings. I don't turn down buyers. I got buyers I'm working now, but it's a lot of those are dual. I'm selling their house and I'm helping them buy another one. But buyers are okay, guys. You just got to get leverage. You got to get systems.
I think what Linda said. Sorry, Rod. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
What Linda said that was key to me, the word committed. You have to be committed. You can't, like, I know we hear don't treat it like a hobby, treat it like a business, but when you truly commit to something, then you're not going to let the time slide. You're going to do what you need to do and really get the work done, take action, but you have to be committed, all in.
Yeah, all in, guys. And I'm telling you, like Rodney mentioned earlier, I figured out what my strengths are, where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are. You know, that's self-awareness, that's self-examination. I like referrals, so I've made it work for me. Referrals. I'm not the most disciplined where I like to be on the phone calling people for 2-3 hours. That's just not me. So I found what works for me, and now and it's my database, my sphere of influence. I've learned how to stay top of mind with people, to let them know that Rod Obee's in the real estate. He's the real estate guy. So I get a lot of referrals because I stay in touch with my people. That's my strength. So I put everything toward that. I'm just not, if I get a lead coming in, I'll pass it off to you all before I call it. I don't like cold calls. I'm good at it. I do it, but that's not my personality type. So you got to find what works for you. What is going to be your method of lead generation? How are you going to do it? Is it going to be a combination? It can be a combination. I get some cold leads coming in too. There's some come out somewhat warm leads, the ones that come from like the Veterans United or they were kind of introduced to me, passed off to me, from a third party company. But for the most part, I just love referrals. But the thing about referrals, they're unpredictable. So you got to really get it ramped up where they're flowing in. I don't know. I just have that crazy faith, that expectation. I'm always expecting new leads to come in every single day. And I've gotten leads since I've been here this week. So always mindset too, guys. I know that's a whole nother conversation. Mindset is so important. But if you're feeling like you're overwhelmed and you can't do anything, you're shutting it down. So you gotta operate in the subconscious and the spiritual side of it as business too. It's so important. Okay, it's almost now. Anything else, guys, before we close out?
Yes, Rod, I wanted to welcome Christina Ton. She's my best friend, getting her license in New York and New Jersey. She's being on the call today, so I just wanted to welcome her to the team.
Hey, welcome, Christina.
Hi, Christina. Welcome.
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you, Nadia, for introducing me. I'm actually waiting at the chiropractor. But I just want to tell you guys that I'm so blessed and so thankful in life because I have Noelia. We grew up together. Actually, I started my real estate profession back in 2003, and I worked for a foreclosure specialist realtor in New York, which I'm still partnering with. But I also work. I've lived in New York, and now I live in New Jersey. I moved to West Virginia. I worked for City Mortgage back in 2007 when the crash came. I moved to West Virginia from New York. They thought I was crazy. Then I came, for some reason, I came to New Jersey and I started working for a law firm. I was in charge of the Fannie and Freddie Mac portfolio for the loan modifications. And so I did everything in real estate. But at one point, I started training with NeighborWorks of America, and I fell in love with the housing counseling, helping people. And I was already helping people when I was doing the foreclosures at the real estate company. But then things changed in my life, and my son, thank God, he's amazing. He was accepted for the University of Pennsylvania, and I had to make a decision whether to start my business or help him get in and achieve his dream. And I stopped my real estate dream because of him. But I don't complain. This was the best decision I've made ever. He's now a mechanical engineer, just graduated this year. But I've never stopped loving real estate. It's in my blood. Is what I love to do. I'm a housing counselor. I'm also assistant director of a nonprofit now. But every day I wake up in the morning and I said, I have to go back. So thank you, Noelia, for bringing me to this dream team, and you're inspiring me. This is my second call, and I just want to thank you all for your words and messages. Thank you.
Nice. Oh, wow. Awesome. Thank you, Christina, for being on. Congratulations.
Christina, I'm in Union. What area are you in?
I'm in Patterson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Jersey girl.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
We're connected.
Awesome. All right, guys. So that is it. Do we have anyone on for the presentation? Does anybody have guests for the presentation? If not, we're just going to do it Tuesday night. Okay. All right, guys. We'll have an awesome weekend.
Rod, I have someone that's supposed to be coming on. Let me text her and see if she's on.
Okay. I'll hang out. All right, y'all have a great weekend.
All right,
Okay.
thanks so much.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a
Great
good weekend.
weekend.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, Rod, I was gonna say, let's stick around for a couple of minutes. I invited several people, but I haven't gotten any confirmation yet to see if they're gonna
Gotcha,
show
no
up.
worries.
So
Yes, sir.
give it, 5 or 10 minutes, and if not,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'll hang around.
Okay. Let me stop the recording.